are going to be covering the 6 elements of a viral offer. So let me just distract for 2 seconds here. Okay, so for those of you who have coaching offers, maybe you've got premium programs, maybe you've got, you know, a membership site, whatever you've got, even if it's a low ticket product, a high ticket product, a service that you put out there online, we have to have an offer. Okay, if you're a lead agency, if you're a marketing company, if you're a life coach, whatever you are, it's all in the offer. You know, when we go to the sales at Christmas, you know, we have offers. Which one's going to be more appealing to you? What attracts your eye? What gets your interest? It's the same online, but we have to be clever online to attract the right person. And we have to be aware that the selling cycle is really anywhere now from 60 days to 70 days. So if you're starting out as a brand new coach and, you know, you've not gone online at all, organic does take a little bit of time. So you have to start getting yourself out there, and it can take a little bit of time to get the momentum. Different with the ads platform, we can switch them on and get the momentum straight away. But whether we're using ads or organic, that offer has to be crucial. You know, it has to really bang people in the eye. It has to be what they want, what they need, irresistible, and really a bit of a no-brainer. So I'm just going to turn off my email because it is pinging and it's distracting me. So just bear with me. So yeah, I hope you guys are all getting ready up to Christmas. I know it's a chaotic time of year, so thank you for turning up for this workshop. I've had quite a few of you want to be tagged in the replay, so just comment live if you're coming on live, or comment replay if you're watching the replay. I'd much appreciate that. I do like to know who's turning up live and who isn't. So also comment if you have tested your offers out there in the market. Just put tested already. Because sometimes we put offers out there and we find it's not really what people want. We find that, you know, we have to reiterate and change, and we do get the right offer once we establish what people want, what ticks their boat, you know, rocks the boat, shall I say, and really tickles the fancy. So it really is a testing game, and don't be surprised if you get it wrong the first time. You know, we don't sort of go to bed crying, we learn from it and we move on. I put plenty of offers out there, some have resonated and some haven't. So I am going to really just share the screen now and just take you through a little bit of a presentation. And because I'm on my own on this workshop, I will be coming in afterwards. And if you've got any questions at all, ask them and I'll come in and I'll answer them after the workshop. It might be tomorrow morning because I've got to race out after this workshop. Please ask them. Please don't stay stuck. So what we're going to do then is go straight into the workshop I prepared. And I'm going to tell you today what actually creates an irresistible offer. Okay, what is going to get your clients, your potentials, to say yes, put their hand up, yes, I want that. Remember, it's all in the testing. And also remember, like one of my clients said to me this week, I don't want to do organic, it takes too long and it's too slow. So my question to her was, well, do you want to stay where you are? Are you really wanting to stay where you are in your business, not getting any clients, not getting any traction? Would you rather be in that pain, or would you rather learn a system of organic marketing, which is easy when you know how and takes 30 minutes when you put a bit of automation into it? Would you rather stay in the pain you're in, or go through a little bit of pain learning a system? The choice is yours. You know, we have to sacrifice something when we do marketing. It's either a bit of time or a bit of money, and that's the God's honest truth. But with organic marketing, if you know what you're doing, it can be really quick. So can you just comment if you can see my screen? Let me just check if you can see my screen. Okay, let me just check. I have got a slight problem. Yes, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so just comment yes if you can see my screen and you can hear me, everything, all the volume's on. The worst thing is I did a workshop once, and at the end of it, I realized I was actually talking to myself for a whole hour. So I never want that to happen again. So I'm going to show you what the 6 key elements of an irresistible offer. So surprisingly, the first one is you have to be talking to the right person. And I know that sounds really obvious, but it's surprising how many people get this bit wrong. They think they know they're talking to the right person, but they're calling out different aspects. The terminology is too vague. We have to nail this bit before we move on to anything. None of your marketing is going to work if you don't know who you're talking to. Now, I came across this coach the other day, and I just want to show you what I saw in their bio. You know, when you see a Facebook profile, there's a bio, isn't it? I help, or I create, or whatever the bio says. This one said, helping women navigate through midlife mayhem to find peace, calm, and themselves. Now, I could pick that to pieces. I'm not saying the bio is everything. The bio is there really to even be a self-clarification piece for ourselves, to know who we're coping with, you know, who we're actually going to help and, you know, nurture and coach. But also it's for those people coming onto your profile, and they've got to know in a second what you do and who you help. So I can just pick this to pieces, like helping women navigate through midlife mayhem. If anything can be interpreted in different ways, like midlife mayhem, what does that actually mean? Okay, I could be interpreted by Mary as one thing, by Sarah as another thing. Midlife mayhem might be menopause. It could be the feeling of getting old and, you know, maybe your skin's falling to pieces. It could be midlife mayhem that you've not had a child up to that point and you really want a child, and it's getting a bit creeping up to that age where you need to really get a move on with it. It could be anything. Midlife mayhem could be a divorce that's hit. What does it mean? So navigate through midlife mayhem, very, very vague. I don't wake up in the middle of the night saying, gosh, you know, going through midlife mayhem. It doesn't really mean anything. And find peace, calm, and themselves. We don't often buy into peace or calmness or mindset. We buy into a result, you know. So if I'm wanting to switch jobs, or if I want another 5 clients every single month consistently, or I want to get better sleep because I'm knackered every morning, or, you know, whatever. If you're dealing with a coaching client and they're drinking too much and it's affecting their marriage, the relationship with the kids, the job, the outcome is they're going to have a happier marriage. They're going to secure the job. They're going to get the promotion if they stop the drinking, but the tangible result. So I think, you know what I'm saying here, that's really vague, and trying to avoid bios like that, because you're not really talking to anybody. The only bit that I get, you know, is possibly talking to midlife women that could be going through many different things. It's very vague. And this was actually her banner. What happens if you do? What happens if you don't? Okay, so it doesn't really I don't get what she's about. I wouldn't know, come into her profile, what she does. So the first thing is you really need to know who you're talking to. And I've run many workshops on this, so many examples that, you know, I couldn't count them. They're in my paid group, my $17 a month group. We go through it on Friday because many of my clients think they know who they're talking to. They think they know the language they should address their audience with. They still are not hitting the nail on the head. And that's so... I'm the same, you know, sometimes I can't get outside my own head. So I need my coach to say, that comes across like that from the outside. And we go, oh, yes, you're right. So we need to all, you know, really hone in on who it is we're serving. Okay, so I've just got an example here. This was in one of the workshops. One of my clients was dealing with stressed out mums. Okay, I ran the ads for her. And she was dealing with, this is really who it could be for. Very, very niche down. So stressed out mums of kids with emotional and behavioural changes. So we know they're stressed out mums, they've got children, and these kids have got behaviour challenges. Shall I say challenges? We know exactly who we're helping and what problem they have. The second sentence is we're bringing stability and happiness back into their homes. Okay, stability and happiness, because obviously if you've got kids, I've got 3 myself, and it can be emotional at times, it can be traumatic. You know, they're growing up. We face all sorts of challenges when our kids are growing up. But if you've got a especially challenging child, the clear result is you want to bring stability and happiness back into the homes. Take back control of the chaos. Raise kids without any mental health issues, without bribing, severe discipline and bartering. So that is a really clear message. And we tested that similar offer, not an offer, but we tested that similar language on the ads platform. And we got fantastic results because we're talking to that one person with that one result. Okay, so for those of you who've got a refined marketing statement, we really cover this in my $17 a month group. And some of my group members, paid group members, might be on this live. I'm certainly tagging some of them in. Let me know if you've got your refined marketing statement or whether you've articulated it as of yet. Just say RMS if you've got one. Okay, we all know it came from, you know, Sam Evans, I believe, actually invented this I help scenario. But then Dan Henry sort of took charge of it. And then we got Joel Irway, who developed it into a power offer. So there's lots of people who have kind of come up with this concept. So this concept is not mine. Okay, we use it because it really helps define who we serve. So if I was using this analogy here, who it's for, what the benefits are without doing things they hate. You know, people don't really like bribing. They don't really like having to put severe discipline on the kids. So what are the things they hate? So the RMS would be, I help stressed out mums of kids with emotional and behaviour problems bring stability and happiness back into their homes by taking back control of the chaos and raise kids without any mental health issues, without bribing, severe discipline and bartering. That's really super clear. So the first thing is, make sure that you have got that. So if you've got an RMS statement in your business, comment below RMS and I'll know that you maybe nailed it. Maybe you're working with another coach on this. But it is the basics, but it's actually the hardest part to get right. And then what I'm covering on this workshop is how to turn this into a viral coaching offer. Okay, so comment below if you've got an offer, just a viral offer. Just comment below, I have a viral offer, and I'll know who's sort of been out there in the marketplace. Maybe you've tested it, maybe you're validating it as we talk. But I'd love to know where you guys are at with this stuff, because I know in this group I've got coaches who are just beginning and I've got coaches who are way further down the line. Now, just a quick story before I move on. Some of you probably know the story, but back 20 years ago, I started my first coaching business. I left a very well-paid corporate job, 2 very young kids, mortgage. I walked out and said, no more, I'm going to go on my own. And my ex-husband, we started this coaching business, and I was helping digital photographers. Digital wasn't really around in those days. It was all film photography, for those of you who are old enough to remember film photography. And literally, I was teaching wedding photographers how to get clients back in those days by, using digital wedding photographers. So it was a really niched subject. We branched out to landscape photography and we covered wedding photography, but my particular niche was helping the wedding photographers get clients. And I'd literally just walked out of a corporate job. Okay, so I've been doing it a long time, but the offer then was, I will help you. I can't even remember what the offer was. I'd have to go back and look through my notes. But even back in those days, I was creating an offer and putting them into like magazine adverts. We were putting them into like Google ads and things like that, because it was all about the offer. We got flooded with business because we were so niched down to digital photographers in those days. There was nobody in the marketplace that would dare go there, because everybody thought digital was going to fail. Film was kind of the way forward, and digital in those days was at very beginning stages. So back in those days, we had offers. So this refined marketing statement is nothing new. Okay, so I'm going to carry on. Okay, for those of you who are in my $17 a month or my premium, in my premium, we cover what we call a bullseye marketing worksheet. We pull out the pain, because if you're selling a high ticket offer, we always start with high ticket offers, and then we can sort of scale up offering a lower ticket offer later on down the line. Where's the pain in your market? Because when we're creating an offer, we need to pull out the pain. So, if you're dealing with women and the pain is that they know the hormones, maybe they've been through menopause. I've had a full hysterectomy. I know what that's like. Maybe the hormone imbalance is causing trouble in the family because their emotions are all over the place. Maybe their job's on the line because they're fluctuating between feeling high and low. There's a real pain there. Okay, so you've got to know the pain in your market. Now, my husband is a life coach, and he recently helped somebody who was on the brink of committing suicide. Okay, and he saved their life. So the pain in then, it wasn't they were drinking too much. He's also helped people drinking too much. But literally, he just had suicidal thoughts. And when he delved deep, he realized the pain was coming from the way his parents had treated him and inflicting their pain on him. So he was in his 40s and still carrying all this pain. So the pain with him was past trauma from family parental issues. if you're dealing with somebody who's drinking out of control, they could be on the brink of having a divorce. They could be losing their job. There's real pain in there. So you've got to know how your clients are thinking, feeling, what they're experiencing. Okay. Another pain, business is not growing and suffering. Okay. So that you might be working on a business for a whole year and you're not getting anywhere, you're treading water, really painful. You might be seeing your spouse going out to work and all you want to do is earn some money or overtake their income and be the main breadwinner yourselves. It all creates a lot of stress and a lot of pain because people will buy when the pain is bigger than the price tag. If you can enter a niche where your pain of your client is bigger than the price tag and they're going to get like a reward by parting money with you, they're going to see the benefits, they're going to keep the job, they're going to get more clients, they're going to quit the drink, which means they're going to get way huger results than what they paid you. It kind of just has to be, the weights have to be heavily, heavily scaled in the favor of the transformation. Other examples, one of my clients is a grief coach, and he dealt with people who've lost parents because he'd gone through it himself. As a young lad, 15, lost his dad, and realized how it felt, how it affected his life, came through the other side, coached himself, became a life coach, NLP practitioner, master NLP, managed to kind of nurture his own mind and solve his own issues, then went on to help other people that have really affected the whole life through a loss of a partner and just can't move on. Another niche, desperately trying to have a child, how painful is that? Somebody going through IVF and you really, really wanting a child. So all these, you've got to know the pain in your market. So the first one is let's just have a recap. Okay, so comment below if you know the pain in your market. Just put, I know the pain, so I just know who's out there and who is resonating with this stuff. And comment, are you finding this valuable? Because we can overlook this stuff. We just go into a niche and just try and get anybody and not understand that people are not going to buy unless there's a pain. Okay, and also if my $17 a month group, people are not going to invest time if they haven't got a pain either. If the pain's, time and money really are the same thing, because if you don't invest in a coaching program and you think you can learn it all on your own, that's fine, but just be aware you're paying for the program anyway in time. So it could take you 3 months to get there if you paid a coach, or it could take you 2 or 3 years if you try and do it on your own. So you're actually paying for it anyway, but you're paying a bigger price by not investing in a coach, because can you wait 2 or 3 years to get your transformation? Are you going to learn off somebody who's made all the pitfalls, made all the mistakes, and you're paying them to not make those mistakes? You're paying them for that shortcut route. Know the pain. Okay, so those are the first two. So the third thing we need to know for our viral offer is, why are you different? What's your mechanism? Because I see too many coaches out there now with the same offers. It has become very tired. And you know what it's like? I've fallen for this myself. I'll be totally honest here. I've made every mistake under the sun when it comes to various things in my business. We have to understand why and how we're different. And what is our mechanism? We can develop our own unique mechanisms. What I'm saying is, I'm also saying to you, you don't have to be unique. You don't have to be hugely different. Okay. Your difference could just be you. Your difference could be the fact that you do more one-to-one. Maybe you've got a big guru out there who's got hundreds of people or group coaching. Maybe you teach the same stuff, but you do one-to-one or small groups. That's your unique mechanism. That's your unique selling point. You don't have to be hugely different, but we have to be really kind of stand out online, more so now than we even 2 years ago, because the coaching space is really crowded. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, it's an awful lot of coaches, because it's a great, great career. We can work anywhere, and we can really work most of the hours we want to work as well. We're not pinned to a certain place at a certain time. We have so much freedom, and also we help transform people's lives. So why are you different? So I'm going to cover some differences that you could, in your business, pull out of your back pocket. So what makes you stand out? Is it your testimonials? So if you're sat there with loads of clients under your belt, go and get them to give you a testimonial. Go and get a video. If they don't give a video, go and get it in Messenger. Go and get it on an email. put them onto one folder. They're your arsenal. They are so crucially important because people go where others have been before. So make sure you get your testimonials. If you haven't, it's no biggie. You're going to get them over time. You can use different things. You've got your personality. People buy people. So if you want to, it's very hard in an online business to hide behind and not show your face. So I always suggest you don't have to go live every day at all. I mean, did go live last Friday in this group, but because Christmas is coming up, I'm having a bit of a break. So I thought I'd just bombard you with content. So over Christmas, you can, go and watch it and maybe rewatch it. But your personality sells, okay? You sell. People who come to me may have just gone on to a phone call with another coach, but they resonate better with me. So they come to me for me to coach them. Or vice versa. Maybe they don't resonate with me and they go to somebody else they resonate with. It happens all the time. So you have to get out, be seen, be you, be authentic. Don't try and cover up the flaws. Don't try and be perfect. Because I don't know about you, I don't buy off perfect people. I like to be off real people. One of my coaches is a female. She comes on. She's got no makeup on. She looks normal. We're not all trying to be glammed up online. We're just trying to get out there and help, and real people. So be you. Your personality sells. Your method. Okay, maybe your method is different. I'll just explain my method. I help people grow organically with a 10-step system and build a group. Okay, I'm not going to go into that method, but it's an overview. I help people build an organic system. Okay, that's rocking and rolling. Then we can go to the ads platform, and for as little as $2 a day, which I've learned from my coach, Laura Portier, for as little as $2, I'll give her credit there. She's got a great program, and I've learned strategies off many different ads coaches. This particular one is a $2 a day strategy, and we can nurture our warm audience. I use it in a different way to my coach. It's similar, but it's slightly different. But you won't know that until, unless you're on a program. But we can retarget all our organic mass with our budget-friendly ads. So my system's different. I use automation organically. We build a 10-step system. Then we just plug the ads in. So you're seen everywhere and you become an authority. So why I'm explaining this, you need to look at your method. What's unique about it? What's different about it? What do people go, God, I've not heard of that before? Or that's different. Okay. But don't panic if your method isn't too different, because I'm going through the factors that can get your offer viral online. So it could be your method, your personality, your testimonials, even your ease of implement. I'm stumbling on my words there. Your ease of implementation. Okay. So I just want to tell you a little story. I often go to the supermarket on a regular basis, and I'll be the one to admit that I'd pay £1 extra for chopped up lettuce. Okay, because it saves me a bit of time, it saves me a bit of mess, a bit of hassle. The ease of implementation, that's what I'm trying to get across to you. Like, I pay more for something that's easy to implement, because time is precious, we never get it back. So if your system's easy to implement, that could be a unique selling point. Okay, so if you say to someone it's going to take a year and you've got to sit at your desk like 20 hours a week, 40 hours a week, very unlikely to sell it. But if you can find someone in your system that's easy to implement, quick to implement, takes less time, and people can really feel the result isn't like miles down the road. So these are just things that we can put into our viral offers, and it all comes together in the end, but we've got to consider all these factors. Okay, so I've just put this in here because I love this. I learned this from Russell Brunson, and I think this is awesome. So I've read his books, and in fact I've read them twice because I'm a bit of a marketing nerd. But in the middle you'll see the red. Okay, online it's not going to crack it. It's the usual boring diet stuff. You see it on people's profiles, nothing different about it. Very unlikely to sell because it's middle of the road, and we've heard and seen it all before. Okay. It's a bit like my niche for getting clients. There's so many people out there now claiming to get people to 6 figures in 90 days. I must admit, I tried it once. I've helped my clients do that, but the message is quite tired. Okay, it's quite a tired message, and people are so used to seeing it that it's just become a little bit nonchalant. You just pass it by on your newsfeed. So if you're sitting in the middle of the road, you're probably unlikely to gain a lot of traction because people have seen it before and we can scroll past it. On the greens, this is where it's completely ludicrous and it's unbelievable. So if I said to you, you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days by staring at the sun, or you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days on the right-hand side by eating chocolate all day, you're not going to believe me. Okay, it's like a bit like me saying, as a new coach, if I will get you to 7 figures in 30 days, even if you've never, with no audience, it's not believable. It's not believable, and people are not going to believe you. So just be careful about putting these statements out there that aren't real, unrealistic, or you've not done it yourself, and because people are going to laugh at you. Okay. So where is the sweet spot? Well, this is a great question. Great question. So the sweet spot is somewhere that you have got a little bit of uniqueness about you. It is believable and it creates some intrigue. Okay. So I did come across in Russell Brunson's book, somebody who helped. Now, I can't remember the details. I was going to look before I came on this workshop. But if you read Russell Brunson's book, I think it's .com Secrets, he talks about this. And there is one person who helped people lose weight by eating some form of oil. Now, I can't remember what that oil is. So if you remember, tell me, because I'd love to remember. But it was something they consumed that would help speed the metabolism up that nobody was actually doing before. So if you can find a unique edge to your product, that is going to help you create your viral offer. Okay, I'm going to sort of speed on. I do like to keep these a half an hour. You're probably wondering why there's a girl here. This is to do with my daughter. So, okay, any questions, please comment below and ask me them, because I will be answering them after this workshop, possibly in the morning, but if I've got time tonight, I definitely will. Okay, so the fourth thing to any viral offer is really, where is the proof? Now, if you are somebody who's never achieved anything before and you go and like just copy what maybe you've got a coach and you're going to copy what they do, and then you try and go online and sell it, it's going to bomb, because people are really good at smelling out that stuff. They're really good at smelling out who's a fake. It's our survival mechanism. So if you're trying to help people get results and you've never done it for anybody, not even yourself, it just doesn't work. Okay, there's no shortcuts to this. There are no shortcuts in coaching. So where's the proof? Have you got testimonials? Okay. Have your clients tread the same road as you have? Okay. That maybe you've taught them the road, the right steps, and they've got their transformations, and now they're your testimonials. Or have you achieved that transformation yourself? Maybe you're a female who's lost 15 stone and you followed a method and you created your own unique approach. That's proof enough, for you to create that transformation within you. So I'm just going to ask you a question here. If your spouse, your husband, your wife, or your partner needed a heart transplant and they were desperate for a heart transplant, would you choose somebody who's just got out of uni, who's just got, I don't know, a degree in surgery or whatever they get a degree in, who's like maybe 24, never operated before, or maybe just trials, that sort of thing? Or would you go to somebody who's like done it millions of times before, they're in their 40s, really experienced? Who would you go to? So you've got to provide like the proof of you. Maybe if I tried to teach people how to build a Facebook group, I only had 2 members, I'd be laughed at. You've got to kind of, there's no shortcuts. Okay. Now I'm going to just show you, like, I thought this today. I thought my daughter's achieved a transformation. She's a makeup artist and she's really ambitious. She's doing fashion shoots in Manchester. She's sort of applying for Love Island to get over there and do the makeup on the models that go on Love Island. And she's worked really, really hard. So I'm going to show you this video because I love it. And I want to show you a transformation, because now she had become like a go-to makeup artist in our area. She's getting phone calls. Her reviews are going up. She literally is going a bit viral on her Instagram. And I just want to show you this because just the transformation. I mean, look at that. People know that when they come to her, they can start off looking like that, still very attractive, but then she can transform them. I wanted to show you that because I like to show part of my life and what my kids are going through here. Total transformation. So where's the proof? That's what I'm saying. Her proof is her Instagram is now building. She's got great images and people are now coming to her. Her reviews are up. So it does take a little bit of time. Okay, you're probably thinking, what the hell is this all about? Why has she lost it? Has she gone crazy? Why is she showing carrots on the screen? Well, again, I was in the supermarket today and it crossed my mind because I'm always thinking about business and marketing and how I can get the message across to my clients. So when can I deliver? When can I deliver? So, sorry, spelling mistake there. When can I deliver my product? Because I spoke to a client this week and they said to me, I have got a 6-month program. I have got, I think it was 275 videos. There's all these worksheets. And I was just literally overwhelmed. I thought, oh, that's a lot. You know, that people are not going to spend 6 months trying to learn your system if they've got all that information. We need to like cut it out. So the quicker, the better. Okay, an example of this is like, if we're trying to lose weight, what, you know, different things suit different people, but would you either get liposuction and a tummy tuck, which takes literally, you know, a day and then a bit of recovery time, versus a year going to the diet, doing a diet and going to the gym? People, I'm not saying everybody does, but quite often those with money would just go for the liposuction and the tummy tuck. Why spend all that pain and why spend all that time when they've got the money and they can just go and get that done and then job done? A few weeks recovery, all sorted. So what crossed my mind as I was going around the supermarket today, I thought, how can I get this message across to you guys? For those of you who think that it's like going around with a shopping trolley, and the more you put in the shopping trolley, this is Sam Evans' course I was on, which is awesome. Shopping trolley, the more you put in, the better. That's not the case. The emptier the shopping trolley, the better. But one thing I want to get across is like the reason I always go for the chopped carrots, okay, is just ease. I don't have to peel them. I don't have to cut them. It's quicker. I'd rather pay more. And I'm paying 85 pence for a 325 gram bag versus 45p for this big bag here that's a 3 times the weight. So easier, quicker. When can you deliver? For me, this delivers my result quicker because I can just open the bag, put it on a plate. Whereas the right hand side, I've got to peel them, I've got to chop them. I'm just not going to do that. Okay. So I have on occasions, I do it on occasions, but I'm busy and I like anything that saves time. So when can you deliver? When can your clients get their results? Okay, quicker the better. So if it meant just if they could get the results by you just writing a bit of paper out, giving it to them, and then reading it and implementing one thing, and they had their total transformation, that could even be worth $3,000 to somebody. Quicker the better. Okay. So all these have got to be incorporated into your viral offer. You know, your viral offer has got to give a time frame of when people can get their result. And if it's said a year, 2 years, people are not going to resonate with it. Okay. So I think I just want to get across that to you. So I thought that carrot example was a great example. Okay. So just let me know then if you've got a program, just comment below program if you've got a program. And just comment below if it's like, just put if it's one-on-one program, coaching program you've got, or group coaching, or online, one-on-one, group, or online, because there's different phases of a coaching business, and I'd love to know. Okay, so I'm going to zip through this because this in itself could take a 2-hour workshop. Okay, and I do cover it with my premium clients because we cover call objections. Now, I've done so many sales calls in the last 20 years that this is really ingrained in my brain. Like, sales is a conversation. Okay, sales should be a dance and not a battle. So when we're on the phone, it's a simple conversation. And we've got to recognize that most people to a high ticket offer are going to say no because it's money. They've got all these objections come in, and it's the way we handle the objections. Okay, so I got a great guy called Joe Salimi. He helps me with the sales side. He is a Fortune 500 sales closer, or a trainer for Fortune 500 companies. So Joe has taught me a lot of this stuff over, you know, a period of time, and he is awesome at what he does. So if anybody of you is struggling with sales, you know who to go to. Joe Salimi, that's Sulima. Okay, so we cover it on my premium program. in your offers, you have to overcome people's limiting beliefs. I'm going to brief through this because this is a huge topic. You're going to get people saying that, oh, well, others can do this. You know, others can lose the weight on your program, but I'm different. You know, it's too hard for me because XYZ, I've got like fatty otitis, or I've got like this problem and that problem. It just won't work for me. Okay, so you're going to get that. You're going to get, I can't afford to do this. Sorry, I just can't. You're going to get, it's wrong time. Sorry, wrong time. I've got no time in my day. You know, the two different things actually, the wrong time in like wrong time of life or wrong time of year versus I don't have time in my day. It's the wrong time for me because I don't get time in my day. The two different things, two different objections. I get this a lot. I will invest when I've got more clients. Now it's ludicrous. Okay, ludicrous. I've tried and failed before. Okay, I've tried and failed before. Or I hate doing XYZ, so I'm not going to join up. It's not, I don't like messaging. I don't like building a group, don't like doing organic marketing. As I say, if you don't like it, is the pain of staying where you are greater than just learning a system that you implement to overcome that you don't like it? You know, everything we do in our business, it's not like we love everything we do every day. There's going to be shitty things we have to do. We literally hate them, but it's part of running a business. That's the real world. There's certain things I like to put on the back burner, but I always get them done first in the day. So I've got them out the way. Okay. I hate doing that. I'm not doing that. Well, stay where you are then. Okay. I don't want to like eat fruit. Well, don't then, stay fat. You know, it's kind of, you have to kind of break down these barriers. So within your offers, we can incorporate all this stuff. So I'm just going to really brief through this. Others can do it, but I'm different. So you could say, okay, well, I had a client just like you, in fact, more overweight than you, and had a hormone problem. And he actually managed to lose XYZ pounds in that time. So I think you're going to even do better than that person as long as you stay committed. Okay, so you can address your previous client and put them in a situation where they were worse than the client you're trying to put on board now. Okay, and therefore they should do better than that client because they're in a better position. Then this is, I can't afford to do this. Well, the answer is, can you afford not to do it? Are you willing to stay where you are? You told me earlier that you are stuck in your situation and this is all the problems it's causing. You told me you want to get here in that time frame. So are you going to be thinking a year down the line, I'm still where I am? Can you actually afford not to do it? Okay, because you're going to pay with it. You're going to pay anyway in time or money. You either get there quickly and pay the money to learn how to get there quickly and avoid all the mistakes on the road, or you're going to pay for it in time and you'll still be there 2 or 3 years down the line trying to figure it out. Spend tons of time, which is worth way more than the money that you could have invested in the first place. Wrong time of day. Well, I always say to people, okay, so wrong time of day. So you've got no time. So do you think there is ever going to be a situation in the future where you do have time? And if they say, well, no. So, well, okay, isn't it best you implement the system now? Because this actually teaches you how to get back the time. This cuts out all the rubbish you're doing. This cuts out everything you're doing. And it's going to save you heaps of time, because I can see from the outside, you're doing all the wrong things. So that's why you haven't got any time. If you can just sacrifice a little bit of extra time, and it's not a lot, learning the right ways, you're going to get that time back. And it's best to learn it now while you're busy. It's best to learn it now while you're busy, while you're snowed under, because you know it's going to work for you all the time. I'll invest when I've got more clients. Well, wouldn't you invest to learn the ways to get more clients? How are you going to get more clients if you don't know how? How are you going to learn more? How are you going to get the clients if you don't know how to get them? If it's not working for you now and you carry on doing the same thing, you won't have extra clients. So you have a choice. You either invest, learn how to get the clients, and then the payback, just on getting 1 or 2 clients, you've got a huge payback, or you carry on trying to learn it and you won't get the clients. So invest, it's chicken and egg. Okay, so you sort of turn it around. Okay, I'm sort of deviating a little bit because I've had a lot of conversations this week about sales calls, and I thought this might be handy for people who have these objections. Tried before and failed. Now, I love this. This is from Alex Hormoni. He said, I love this, his analogy. It's almost like going to high school, having a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it not working out when you're 15 and saying, I'm sick of relationships. I'm never getting married because it didn't work out. I mean, what a great analogy. You know, do we actually do that? You know, a relationship doesn't work out and we stop looking because it's failed before. Why would we want to go and find a future husband? So tried and poor and failed. Well, that's exactly the reason I should be investing now, because you might have made a bad decision in the past, but you're letting that decision affect a good decision you could be making right now today. You're actually being burnt by your past, and therefore it's stopping you moving on. And I hate doing X, Y, and Z. Well, I've gone into that. Basically, you hate doing X, Y, and Z, but is the pain of staying where you are greater? Is the pain of staying where you are greater than doing that thing that you think you hate? So, okay, so I'm going to just give you a bonus tip. Now, for those of you who, you know, may still be struggling a bit with viral offers, we just have to have all those elements in there. But also, if you really want to sweeten the deal, and it really helps, you know, if you're up against it, just offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, because it's a no-risk investment. It's basically no risk. 30 days, you're not happy, you can have your money back. But you have to be certain about your result. You have to be certain that you can help people. If you're not certain and you're stumbling and you've not even done it yourself, or you've not helped anybody, you cannot obviously put that guarantee in place, because you'll be giving money back left, right, and centre. But for those of you who are really certain, 30-day money-back guarantee, and that literally clinches a lot of orders. I'm not saying you close everybody, because you know, there's going to be at least 10% that would never buy. They'll never buy anything. So don't expect to close everybody. But within your viral offer, you can say, if you're not happy, you have your money back. Or some agencies, I know we did this as well, we'll only get paid when you get paid. So you get your clients, we'll get you the leads, you get the orders, and then we'll take a percentage of your order. Performance related, no risk. These two are no risk to the client. It's the way to tip people over when they're sat on the fence, because how can they say no? There's no risk. There's no risk to them at all. So you've got to be super confident of what you do. Okay, just comment below. I'm going to take a breather because I've gone on way too long on this workshop, but just comment below value if you found it value. Okay, and I will be coming back and having a look at the questions. I need a team. I need a teammate, don't I, that actually goes in and answers your questions as we go along. Okay. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to say is all this stuff is all about creating your offer, putting the right ingredients into your offer. But what do we do when we've got that? You know, what do we do? We then need to get the audience. Now, this is where I help people, obviously, with their messaging, their offer, but there's no good without an audience. It's no good if you haven't got an audience to sell it to. So we need to find the right audience. Then we need to find the little golden areas they are sitting online. And we need to basically target them. And we need to develop a repeatable system of getting your audience built organically. And it shouldn't be a hit miss, like do it one day, you know, go into it a week later, maybe 2 weeks later, start it again. It has to be consistent. And it's so easy when you know how, because it's a very clever system that I help my clients with. A repeatable system, because if you want clients continually, you can't just drop it one day, go back to it the next. It's got to be consistent, and it's easy. It really is. It's just building a system, and that's all life is about anyway, is systems. Developing a repeatable system and learning ways to attract your audience, you know, learning ways that really rock their boat. And that's really putting the right content out. And that's what I help my clients with. The right content, what's going to work, what's not going to work, what we can test, different types of content. So we've got variety, messaging, copy. Okay. And then we build authority along the way. Now, because my system includes very budget friendly ads, we can build that authority quite quickly. So we're seen in front of our audience all the time. And, you know, somebody might see one of my ads or one of my posts and they don't buy. Okay. They might see something else coming online. A couple of days later, they might flick past it. They might not even watch it, but they've recognized I'm in their newsfeed. Third time round, they might just stop and have a quick look. You know, it might be a testimonial of mine I put online on an ad, a very budget friendly ad. It might take seven or eight bites of the cherry just to see me online, for them to say, actually, I might just take a quick look now. I might just take a look at Nosy because something's resonating with me now, and she's giving a lot of good value. Okay, and she's got good offers. It might take a while. Do you know what I mean? We don't just bite at the first, because I see so many coaches give up because they just haven't, people haven't bitten at the first attempt. It takes a little bit of time. Okay, as I say, it could be, it's about 60 to 65 days now, the sales cycle. So just keep that in mind. You know, repetition, people seeing you all the time, and the ads do actually help speed that up hugely. Okay, because Facebook likes us to pay to be seen, and once we've got people in our organic audience, I've got a very clever way of the ads helping retarget those people. So building the authority, and then nurturing. How do we nurture them? How do we kind of bring them in without being salesy and sleazy, and people don't like to be sold to? So how do we do that? So if you are struggling with any of this, I have opened the doors. Some of you guys might be in this program already. I've opened the doors to my $17 a month program, and I am just going to show you. It's app.elainesanderson.com/17, app, A-P-P. It will be in the link anyway, above this post, app.elainesanderson.com/17. And at the moment, I'm only allowing so many on at this price. We cover all this stuff. We cover all your offers, which I've gone through today. We perfect your messaging. We create your offers. We build your engagement, your audience up fast. We get the leads in. We nurture them. We show you what content to do. I show you how to create at least 25 bits of content for your business in 60 minutes. It's taken some of my clients 30 minutes because we work on their framework of their program. We cover all that. I show you the automation tool that I use and how it speeds it up to 30 minutes a day. I show you the 10-step process. You get all the templates, the worksheets, the content planners. We have 2 live trainings every month, plus a Q&A every Friday. And the bonus is you get to know the ad strategy I use that really warms up your audience, gets the authority going. That won't be included forever. I am for the limited number coming on, and I'm closing the gates and taking that out when we reach that figure. We have calculators. I show you how to trick the algorithm, so you're going to get engagement on your posts, build the group fast, build your audience fast, and nurture them onto calls. So this is the program itself. Inside the program, we have, mastering your messaging and your power offer to attract your ideal client. It's case studies with my own clients, and I'm adding as I go along, and I'm going to be adding another 1 or 2 in here very shortly. So we've got updates. Okay, we set all the foundations for organic attraction, how to add friends in the various different ways. We cover all the foundations of setting up the group, the questions, all the features that Facebook are now giving us for groups, growing the group. Okay, and they're really bite-sized modules, all the contents post and the ads. Okay, budget-friendly ads. So if anything you're getting stuck on in your business, jump on board now while you can, because I'm not going to keep it at that price forever. I'm waiting for it to hit a certain number, and we've had quite a few join us. And really it's been likened to a high ticket program. So get in while you can. I'd love to see you in there. But I'm going to knock off now. Just comment below if you have found this value, because I do try to give value in these workshops. I know you're all at different stages, and it can be a lot to get your head around. So being in a community of like-minded people is really, really comforting. It really drives you on. You don't feel so kind of left out on a limb, where there's always help and support, and you can connect with other members in there too. So they're all kind of different, going through different stages, and it just creates a great learning environment where you can connect with others in a very similar space to yourself, and you don't feel so kind of left out, because coaching can be a lonely career if you're doing it on your own. And I always like to have my coaches where I feel part of a team, And we all need coaches along the way. So okay, just comment below value if you've enjoyed this, if you've learned anything, and also just comment below. I will just stop sharing the screen. Just comment below your biggest takeaway. What is your biggest takeaway? What have you learned? What is the biggest thing you can take away from this workshop? Okay, because if you tell me that, I can run a different workshop which expands on that as well. So, okay, guys, thank you so much. I'll be coming back to look at the comments and tagging all of you in that couldn't make it. So, yeah, have a lovely, lovely evening and a beautiful Christmas and a fantastic New Year. And we'll catch up in the new year in Lives in this Group.